Hello, my name is Megan O'Russell.
And my name is Christopher Russell, and welcome back to Page by Page, writing the book in real time. And this is our in-betweezen. I like it. I'm sticking with it. Our in-betweezen. This is episode 2 of Laurie's story. From Laurie to Laureldale. I'm kidding.
No.
Wait, actually, yeah, what is
it? Does have a
it
does have a name.
It does.
Another word for fun.
And
other words for fun.
Other words for fun.
And other words for fun.
What's the first word for fun?
Fuck.
Okay, good. Let's just start off strong. Also, I did want to, and you can tell me if we need to cut this and rather rearrange it, because we're going to have to say this for this particular one. This one, I would say, is a little bit more adult than what we have had before. So, younger listeners, I'm just going to be like, you just proceed with caution.
Okay.
Proceed with caution with this particular
caution.
chapter. There is some adult content in it.
Like, we are not going full on Game of Thrones
we're not going full on Game of Thrones. We're not going fourth wing. This is not a how-to guide. However, it does get, it's a little spicy, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So just putting that out there. Okay. I mean, it already does have like our little E explicit thing on our podcast. So, you know, you should be proceeding at your own risk anyway. Fuck it. Okay. So what, I needed to throw another one in there.
Yeah, fuck it. Put more of them fucking in there. Which is hilarious, because in the Fracture Pact series, I'm only allowed one fuck per series.
It's true.
And it's a very, very painstaking, anxiety-ridden process to figure out which fuck should be the one cherished fuck, because I write it with all the fucks I want, and then I slowly whittle down the fucks to the one winner fuck. It's like America's Got Fucked. And there's just one fuck left. Whereas in this, it's like, no, we're going to worry about the mythology and fuck the language.
So what you're saying is that you do have fucks to give. Just lots of them.
I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have runneth dry. I tried to go fuck shopping, there were no fucks left to buy.
I love that we put that song in the show. We need to find out who wrote that and credit them.
Yes, that is in fact a real song.
Yes,
it's a great song.
Played on the banjolele. Mm-hmm. It's a great time. Okay, so do you want to start with the announcements first, or do you want to do that afterwards?
Sure, we can do it now.
Let's do it.
Florida SuperCon is on the books. That means that I will be going to Miami Beach, which I am so excited about because it was so much fun. I had such a great time at that event. I am also already signed up for Philly Fan Expo and Thy Geekdom Con 2026.
They're happening in reverse order this time. So actually, Thy Geekdom Con is keeping the same weekend they had this year, which is the weekend right before Memorial Day. But then Philly Fan Expo is happening the weekend after that.
No.
Yes.
Because Thy Geekdom Con was the weekend of Memorial Day this weekend.
Yeah, it was Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
Sorry.
And you said the one before.
Well, it is the weekend before Memorial Day.
No, it's Memorial Day weekend.
It's still the weekend before
Memorial. No, it's Memorial.
Oh my God.
No, you are wrong on this one. No, don't even bother.
Go ahead and leave in the comments. No,
you are wrong.
So here's the thing.
Wrong.
How many of you say next Friday when you are referring to the Friday that is coming up next, versus how many of you say next Friday, meaning Friday of next week? I feel like this is that kind of debate.
No, it's not even that kind of debate, because that weekend has a special name.
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend. Yes, I know.
So then you can't say the weekend before Memorial Day.
I can.
Because it has the explicit connotation of the weekend before Memorial Day weekend.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You're wrong.
I'll let you have this one.
You're wrong. Okay, I win on this one.
Oh my gosh.
There are some times I am willing to let you win, but this is not it.
This year, Thy Geekdom Con happened on Memorial Day weekend.
Very good.
And next year, it is still happening on Memorial Day weekend. Like our Philly Fan Expo is just happening. It's leaping over Thy Geekdom Con.
So
instead of being
let me just do this for you.
Oh my god!
Thy Geekdom Con is going to be the same weekend, but Philly Fan Expo is moving back 2 weeks, so we're going to be hitting them in the reverse. You're such a jerk order. So next year we'll be doing Thy Geekdom Con into Philly Fan Expo. That was so much easier.
Oh man, yeah, but my way's just fun. People love my chaos.
And we get to go to Miami Beach. Okay,
we do.
Move on.
Did we talk about the time that we were in that bar and then we got kicked out? Yeah, okay, good. I wanted to make sure because it's just a fun story and I love telling that story. I'm already getting to be that guy. I'm not even 40 yet. And I'm like, well, there was that time when we did
We
this.
walked uphill both ways to get tequila.
Went to the penny candy store.
For tequila.
For tequila. The penny tequila store. You don't ever want to do that. We were on the Fiddler on the Roof National Tour, and the guy who played the rabbi and I, he was like, hey, let's go get tequila shots. And they were like $1 tequila shots. And I was like, oh, this is a bad idea. This was in 2012. And, even
you were but a
then,
youth.
it was a bad idea. And it was rot gut tequila. So don't ever do $1 tequila shots, children. Don't do it. Okay, so
I'm sorry. I'm going to go down a rabbit hole
sure, go ahead.
For a second.
No.
I need you to look up the name of it really quick. I'm going to whisper it in your ear.
I can't. No, wait.
Okay. Look it up. Look it up.
Are you talking about the rhyme?
Yeah. Do you remember?
I know what it is.
Okay,
yeah.
wait a second. Okay, so along the Alcan, which is the road that takes you from like the contiguous US up through Canada to get into Alaska, there is a bar where you can get a shot that has an actual human toe. Like people fucking donate their toes so that you can do this toe shot. And there is a rhyme that goes with the toe shot.
You can drink it fast, you can drink it slow, but your lips must touch that gnarly toe.
And so if you get like frostbite or you have diabetes or like some kind of horrific accident or whatever, and you have your toe amputated, you can send them your toe so that your toe can be one of those shot glass things. Now, please don't just mail them toes.
I won't, but
Wait, no,
oh.
Please, I'm asking a question. I am begging our listeners, please do not just send them your amputated toes.
You hear that, Van Gogh?
Please don't make that our fault.
Do you like how I'm that much of a douchebag that I said Van Gogh instead of Van Gogh?
And you're the love of my life. Okay, so what were you going to say?
What I was going to say is, what I just read was from the CBC, which you would figure they probably know. However, the Google's AI actually said it the way that I remembered it. I was like, I don't remember there being a gnarly, but the way that we were told it was, you can drink it fast, you can drink it slow, but your lips must touch the toe. So I don't know if like the gnarly used to be there, or if they added it, or if, we were just taught incorrectly. I have no idea. Anyway.
I mean, I feel like the sour shot colloquialism
is... It's the sour toe cocktail.
Ooh.
Instead of sourdough.
How did we get to this?
We were talking about tequila and rot gut
tequila dead toe shots. It made sense.
Yeah,
okay.
It did
Are
make
we
sense.
ready to actually
I think we are. And here's the thing is that, yes, we might have gone on a bit of a side quest here, but it works. It works
actually, in the context of the chapter, it does.
So why don't you give us...
I didn't even mean for that to happen. What a horrifying coincidence.
Oh, God, even with the toe.
Yeah.
Oh, gross. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, like we said, kids, maybe turn this one off. But why don't you give us a last time on? And I'm going to give you the last time on music. Do it.
Previously on, and other words for fun. Laurie's going home after a summer of working to earn the money to put on first and last month's rent for an apartment near her hometown, where she's going to fulfill her dream of being a teacher at the local school, helping Ethereans make it through their teenage years with less strife. She gets home only to discover that her wretched mother has set her up for an arranged marriage with the alpha's son. Laurie bolts after setting her wedding dress on fire, of course, and flees for freedom.
Flees for freedom. Yes, and now we join her. About how much time has passed, are you telling us? Oh, it's not long, right?
No, it's like 3 weeks later.
Yeah, okay. 3 weeks later. Wow. She moved quickly. Damn. Okay. So
what else are you gonna do when you don't have money for anywhere to live?
No shit. Okay. So we wanted to do this week because of something that is ordered in this chapter. We are in a type of bar. I'm going to go ahead and set the scene for you. But we are having whiskey neat. Now we are having Bullet Rye whiskey, which is my preferred. I don't know if it's your preferred, but it is my preferred.
I prefer Writer's Tears.
Yeah, you like that really dry oaky stuff. This is a little bit sweeter, and I like it a lot. All right, so cheers.
Cheers. Hi, Bubba. Are you coming to say hi to the podcast?
I think I'll take my whiskey neat.
Okay, why don't we do the chapter?
My coffee black and my
But you have to start with the
battery.
chapter title.
Okay, yeah, we'll start with the chapter title.
Okay.
And are you going to do the music for us again?
Because you didn't
Yeah,
actually
sorry.
write
Doing cons 6 out of 10 days and then the other 4 working on publishing. My soul is drained.
You have no soul battery.
I have no soul battery.
I respect the
And then we
drain
got back
battery
into,
of your soul.
y'all, we got back into town after a 16-and-a-half-hour drive, went to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, and woke up, and I was like, okay, I very, very clearly and very purposefully cleared my schedule so I don't have work today. And then I got called in to Universal, and I went, well, I have to go.
Okay, you didn't have to.
I didn't have to. No, I didn't have to.
That you are
but
not
I
contractually
needed to.
obligated.
No. No, but it was
It
like
just makes it sound like they're being mean.
Oh no. No, it's not that they're like holding a gun to my head and being like, show up or you're fired. It's not that kind of thing at all. Like, it's actually great. So seasonal employees, whenever there's a show going on, you have your contracted performers. That's going to be the top. And then ranked performers, they get called in first in case the contracted performers can't perform. And then it goes to the seasonal performers, which is me. I just joined in March. So that's where everybody starts. So yeah, they just go down through the list of the seasonal performers, and they called me and I went, yeah, I'm going to come in, even though I am exhausted. And it was fun. It was a good time. If I didn't worry about spoilers for the horror makeup show, I would 100% tell you the story of what happened yesterday, but I'm not going to do that. All right.
Proud of you.
Cool. Okay. So now we are getting into it. Are you ready for your music cue? You got it? You got something
seeking
good?
inspiration. I didn't know this was going to happen.
Sorry.
We pressed
Love
record.
you.
Here we go. This is how
goodness.
slap happy I am. Brain, I love Comic-Cons. I love them, but then my brain is like,
All right, who had slap happy on their bingo card?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, you ready? Mm-hmm. Then I present to you, and other words for fun, Falling of My Truth by Megan O'Russell.
Boom, 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 boom. You
can circle your finger as much as you want.
It's almost time for me to fade out. No, just start.
All right, fading it. This is never changing, by the way. It's hard to be. It's never changing. That's going to be how it is for the in-betweezens all the time.
That's a lot of pressure.
That's so good. Okay. It's hard to feel sexy with spilled Cosmo between your toes, but that's Styx life. Closed-toe slip-resistant shoes? Never. 6-inch strappy heels while carrying trays of drinks through the sweaty masses? That's the way to do it. Lonzo says it's to help us blend with the humans, like Harrison Bergeron with stilettos. And sure, it does give me a more normal stride, but the ridiculous shoe, sequin miniskirt, tiny top preferred uniform really says tip me for my tits, bitch, more than shh, supernaturals at play. Sticky toes and the general scent of sweaty, horny humans and horny, hungry supers aside, Styx isn't a bad gig. Even the employee staircase has its own touch of drama and glamour. Each landing is decorated to match the level of the club, making sure a pesky opening door doesn't distract from the illusion of complete removal from the shitstorm of reality. I stopped on the landing of the 5th floor, where a deep red and black swirled motif covered the walls, giving the 6 private party rooms an edgy, lusty look while conveniently hiding stray blood spatter. Eddie, codename Beefy Banshee, opened the door to the second most exclusive corridor in Styx. Jared, codename Creepy J, waited on the inside of the door, blocking my path. He dragged his gaze up my body, which could be interpreted as part of his job right until the lip lick while his gaze lingered on my basically bare boobs. Creepy J added in a bonus last call lip lick before letting me pass. The near silence of the hall... Wait, sorry. Shit, that's not going to make sense. Backtrack. Styx doesn't just have different decor on each level of the club. Each floor also has its own entrance requirements. First floor, who the fuck cares? Any human with the right money, look, and willingness to wait in the long-ass entry line can get in. So can all non-band supers. Second floor, humans by invite only. All supers in good standing. The whole thing looks like a terrace of shadowy, sexy booths. Some patrons take the sexy part a little, meaning way too fucking seriously. I should only be able to see one set of your lips while I'm giving you your martini, honey. I don't spend much time on the first and second floors. Lonzo says I don't have the temper for it, and he can't risk me scaring off the humans. Since the tips are shit on the lower levels, I just apologize and thank him for being so sweet and understanding while I'm still reeling from my life falling apart. Debasing? Slightly. But all my savings went into first and last month's rent on the apartment I'm not living in because I fled cross-country to dodge a forced marriage, so girls gotta get by. Third floor, supers only. What?
Nothing. I just love you so much.
Girls gotta get by.
Okay, continue.
Third floor, supers only. One massive open space that turns into a writhing mass that feels fucking magical to be a part of, and like One massive open space that turns into a writhing mass that feels fucking magical to be a part of, and like lust-soaked hell to wade through with a tray. Fourth floor, and we're cutting it down to Ethereans only. It feels like I should hate the divide. It's literally placing Ethereans on a level above everyone else. A month ago, I wouldn't have questioned it. Ethereans are different than other supernaturals. We need our own safe space, away from the scary Erabite races who aren't bound by the Dragon Treaty and didn't sacrifice the strength of their true forms to fully bloggerty blah blah. Oh, how dangerous the big bad Erabites are. But they're not. Laura and Lacey are demons, and they're horrified at what my mother tried to do. Debbie, the half-fury dishwasher, took out two dumbass humans who tried to go after my purse so I wouldn't ruin my shoes beating the ever-loving shit out of them. Don't worry, all humans survived. They won't be able to breed, but I don't see that as a loss. And, yes, I know it's a bad, ridiculously dumb idea. Nick, yes, corporeal specter Nick, has been the sweetest. I just need to feel something, and I don't think that's too much for a packless wolf to ask. And fine, Nick doesn't need sleep, but the fact that he tidies my closet-sized hovel while I sleep instead of him just watching early morning cartoons while he waits for me to wake up for a pre-work/lunch lay is really thoughtful, and I never even suggested it. And I don't have an argument against any claims that it doesn't count as nice, since he's in it for the emotionally damaged werewolf fucking, but no one from my pack has even tried to call me, and Nick made pancakes when I woke up crying, so specters for the win, and fuck anyone who thinks Ethereans are innately superior to Erabites because that is horrific shit. But I can't say that to Lonzo because Hell's Kitchen rent is expensive. Skipping over the 5th to the 6th floor. One large, luxurious space with living plants growing up the walls, filling the darkness with an earthy scent that makes the air the best fucking drug. The space is only available to the elite, never touched by lowly Erabites, and only ever seen by humans who are bonded to an Etherean or will have their minds wiped before the elevator brings them back down to the first floor. Side note, I've seen the grow lights they bring in during the day to keep the plants healthy. It's ridiculous. The guests clear out, and the center of Etherean debauchery in Manhattan becomes an odd mixture of basement weed farm and middle school/high school science fair project. I don't even want to pretend I don't love it. The lights are comically massive, so no fucking wonder the drinks at Styx are so expensive. Lonzo has to cover the power bill. 5th floor. The place for the kind of debauchery that requires closed doors. Like, for real closed doors. Hence the near silence in the 5th floor corridor. The 6 private rooms all have different interior features. One has chains strong enough for Etherean S&M. One has a basin for group blood play in the center of the room, that kind of thing. But from the hall, they all look the same. One heavy, lockable from the inside door with a polished brass shelf sticking out into the hall, right below the little window that, guess what, locks from the inside. I had 2 whiskeys neat to the first room on the right, so I set the drinks on that door's little copper tray and knocked on the closed window. A muffled voice called something at me. Doesn't matter what the response is. I just have to get confirmation that they know I delivered their drinks so no one can pretend they didn't know their order arrived and try to drag Lonzo for free shit. 1 vamp-style Bloody Mary to the second room on the right. That window was already open. A pale hand shot through, grabbing for the sustenance without even letting me set the glass on the shelf. I passed the vamp his drink and got a 20 tossed at me for my troubles, because delivering drinks in stilettos pays a shit ton better than teaching, which feels both fucked up and deeply meaningful when looking at the state of society. But Y'all, I'm just going to keep that laugh in because holy like we have probably spent, I'm going to look at this. We have spent now a good 20 minutes trying to comfort our poor boy, Bubba, because he's just been crying and we're like, are you okay? Do you need to poop? What's going on, buddy? And then it looked like he just needed to be with us. And then he crawled onto the table with the mic and then we snapped because we were just going to record with him on the table and he immediately left. And we're like, man.
Okay, I know that this is a weird delusional side note, but part of the reason that we get so worried about him is because Bubba has in fact gotten so stressed that he has swollen his own urethra shut so he could no longer urinate. So whenever Bubba starts getting stressed, we're always worried that he's going to swell his poor little penis shut because that's what anxiety does to our poor Bubby.
Baby, come here.
And now we have another anxious cat.
Come on, baby.
Wow. Yeah, cons are hard, aren't they, baby?
Come on, baby.
Okay, are you ready?
I don't know. Are you ready, Meanie? Come on. Come on. Come on. No, I feel like a seal. No, come on. I sound like a sand person. No.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Now I just want you to have like the Bidwig goggles.
Maybe I'll cosplay as that sometime.
Ooh,
yeah, that'd be fun. All right, so let's do this again. Ready?
You have to have that staff, right?
Yeah. So
I don't
I'd have
trust
to get that
you with
checked.
a staff.
Why not?
Because I don't trust you with any stick you can twirl.
But I'm good at it.
I know, but you love twirling sticks
I
so
do.
much. It's
I
a
do.
danger.
I love that you just
Okay.
talked about me like a cat. He loves twirling sticks.
Yes, you do. You love twirling your sticks.
But that's
We're
not
doing a
important to
great
this
job.
moment. But that's not important to this moment in time. Gotta focus. Literally. No kidding. Thank you, Laurie. Gotta focus. It was the third room on the left. 2 Marrow Martinis and a blood-spiked beer. The order screamed Banshee. Shit, I'm not trying to be funny. The order just had a definite Banshee feel, and Banshee parties never fucking tip. So I was pissed when I put the drinks on the shelf and knocked on the window and no one answered. The shits were making me wait, wasting my time when I could have been schmoozing money off other guests. I knocked again and again. And by the 5th time, I was banging on the fucking door hard enough for Creepy Jay, because of course it had to be that fucker, to come down the hall to check on me. So now the fucker's in my shitty fucking apartment, and I swear to fuck I'm never going to get the smell of his cologne out of my couch, which isn't as bad as the blood seeping into this shitty cracked floor, and that shit stains, and I'm never going to get my fucking deposit back on this place, which I guess doesn't matter since I'll probably be dead by tomorrow, which was the point of this whole thing, but I'm drunk and exhausted, and the dumbass won't stop fucking bleeding, and it's fucking distracting. Short of it, if I end up getting murdered, I beseech thee to seek vengeance upon my mother. Painful, horrific, violent vengeance. Take the whole fucking pack out with Take the whole fucking pack out with her if that makes you happy. I fucking miss your fucking face. Love, L. What the hell, Megan? Just like you. Oh, God, you're twisted. Okay, I love you so much.
Why am I twisted for this one?
Because you put Harrison Bergeron into... No, I'm kidding. That was
No,
fun.
but it makes sense. Like, if you're trying to make werewolves walk in a more human stance, hobbling them with 6-inch heels. And that is a perfect Harrison Bergeron.
Excuse me. Have you seen what I am capable of in 6-inch heels?
Yeah, but your stride was kind of like...
Oh yeah, my stride was... Yeah, but I was dancing like a menace.
You were dancing like a survivor of heels.
I was.
You did a great job not dying.
Thank you so much. So Harrison Bergeron, where did you pull that out of? I love Harrison Bergeron, which is a short story by Kurt Vonnegut. It's a lovely short story. If you haven't read it,
and what's its rating on Goodreads?
Oh my God! So
sorry, I just wanted to spur this rant.
No, it has a lower rating. It has a lower. Okay, look, I know how a lot of us feel about this particular author, but I will say the series is wonderful. I truly think, but the writing in it especially. But Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows has a higher rating by 0.6 than Harrison Bergeron. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with Goodreads? Like, what the fuck is wrong with the people on Goodreads? How dare you? Harrison Bergeron is a masterpiece. Anyway, Like, this just goes to show, if you are an aspiring author, don't fucking check Goodreads.
No, Goodreads people are
ridiculous. And if you're one of those brutal Goodreads people, I'm sorry, you're entitled to your opinion. But come on, Harrison Bergeron.
But at least, like, maybe use nice words.
Yeah,
There are ways to say critiques of things without being
an
really
asshole?
mean.
Yeah, that's true. People
like,
are
some
a-holes.
people are just taking out their childhood trauma on authors.
It's so true.
Which is why I do recommend to new authors, if you're trying to, like, because there is some good to be had in looking at reviews if it's okay for your mental health, because you could find things that someone's repeating over and over again, or different people are repeating over and over again in reviews. Like, I feel like there's always this repeated action, or why did we have to go off on this side quest? And you could learn things about your own work, not because one person had a critique.
Everybody, you're always going to get something about this story was derivative. It's
and
like,
for
guys,
the love of fuck, do not change your story because of one bad review.
Oh my God.
But if you're just looking at Amazon's reviews and you're like, okay, the last 10 reviews said that my sadisms bothered them. They didn't like how I was using he said, she said, shouted, yelled. It bothered them. Okay, then now you know, maybe you should do a re-edit where you just scan through your sadisms and see what you can edit.
And the thing is, that's not going to bother everyone. But if that's the reviews you're getting, that's your readers. And you probably want to cater to them.
And sometimes it's such an easy fix.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that can be worth it. And again, only if your mental health says that this is okay for you, because you really need to respect your mental health as any kind of artist. But as an artist who is going to get thousands of reviews, you got to be careful. But I find that BookBub reviews tend to be far more honest and kind.
Yeah.
Because they tend to generally only say something when they really have something to say. And if it is a negative review, they're not shouting about it, they're explaining it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a lot more useful feedback than it is rant.
Okay, yeah, well said.
So that's just something, if you're like trying to figure out if looking at reviews is something that you are capable of, BookBub is a gentler venue.
So I want to ask you, after Harrison Bergeron, which, again, if you haven't read it, it is not a long read. We had to both read it, I think, at the high school, like in the high school courses. I was going to say in high school, but you didn't go to high school. So you were homeschooled for that point.
Some academia said, read this bitch.
And it's great. It's awesome.
That one is a good one.
It's a great bit of satire. It's awesome. I freaking love it. So you named the bar Styx. Do you know what I'm going to say?
Yes, it is a crossing between the normal world
just like
and
the crossing
the underworld.
is, yeah.
No, because the crossing is a crossing between two similar patterns.
Yes.
So a crossing is a crossroads.
Yes.
This is a much bigger divide.
It is. My point is, though, that you now have two bars that are named after a crossing of sorts. And I think that's very interesting.
Because that's what it is.
Right. It's
and that often is
and
what it is in life, too, at social gathering points, is it is a crossroads between people.
Is that why there are so many Patties all over the country? Go check out the Irish pub, Patties. No, I'm kidding.
There are so many Irish pubs named Patties.
It's so true.
And only a fifth of them are any good.
Yeah.
But no, it's because it is in my head. The way things are named so blatantly is because there is no Yellow Pages listing.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Like, it can't say on the internet.
That's interesting.
Like, supernatural hotspot. So if you know what you're looking for, it's like, oh, a bar named Styx. You look on the website, you're like, ha, that bitch is a vampire. But cool.
You know what part of the internet supernaturals browse? The dark web.
Not all supernaturals are hackers, Christopher.
No, but I'm calling it the dark web because there's a darkness to... Never mind, it's fine. Okay. Y'all, I don't know how naive my fucking wife thinks I am, but she goes... We were doing the read aloud edits of this. I should only be able to see one set of your lips while I'm giving you your martini, honey. And she went, get it? get it?
Well, I said
Megan,
that because usually if I say anything remotely dirty, you kind of give a while you're reading it, and you read it so deadpan. I was like, does it not make sense? And to anyone who it doesn't make sense to, we're moving right on. Okay, continuing.
Are you sure that you want to?
Yeah.
This was just a fun little thing. Skipping over the 5th to thee. And I commented, wait, why? Why are we skipping over the 5th? And then I realized on the next page. I was like, yes, okay. Makes sense.
Skipping over the 5th floor.
Skipping over the 5th floor.
We skipped past the 5th floor description.
Yes, because that's where she is. So
yes.
There you go. Yeah. This, holy shit. Like, when is the last time I've read such truth? Because delivering drinks in stilettos pays a shit ton better than teaching, which feels both fucked up and deeply meaningful when looking at the state of society. Yeah.
It's the truth in my heart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And as having, not in a public school environment, but having worked as a bartender in a tiny ass little skirt with no sexual harassment protection, and as an educator for disenfranchised youth, bartender pays better.
It does. It really does.
And quite frankly, like, it hurts your feet more and your soul less.
Wait, teaching or bartending? Oh, bartending hurts your soul less.
But your feet more.
Yeah, true.
Well, but I don't know if it would hurt your feet more if I didn't have to wear heels. But every time I have made good money serving, I have been forced to wear heels. Mm-hmm. Okay, continuing. We can cut past the sexism.
No. Look, that's always worth talking about. So, oh damn, why did I mark this for podcast? I mean, it's just great. Like, I love this part.
Okay, well, read my brilliant work aloud. So you're brilliant. I meant that sarcastically.
Your brilliant work.
That wasn't.
So, and this is after Creepy
Continue.
J. Something happened with Creepy J in the corridor, and then there's a time jump. So now the fucker's in my shitty fucking apartment, and I swear to fuck, I'm never going to get the smell of his cologne out of my couch, which isn't as bad as the blood seeping into this shitty cracked concrete. No, I just was thinking of our concrete floor. With a shitty cracked floor, and that shit stains, and I'm never going to get my fucking deposit back on this place, which I guess doesn't matter since I'll probably be dead by tomorrow, which was the point of this whole thing, but I'm drunk and exhausted, and the dumbass won't stop fucking bleeding, and it's fucking distracting. I know I highlighted this, but then you told me no. So my initial thought, which I'm going to share with you now, and you can say something or not, but I was like, oh my God, he somehow she got him back to the apartment and then he tried making the moves on her and she killed him. But that's not what happened.
No, Creepy J is still alive.
Oh, wait, what?
Creepy J is still alive.
But he's bleeding.
Yeah.
He won't. Oh, well, he's Etherean, right? Okay. He's not a banshee though. What is he?
Creepy J is an Etherean.
Yes.
Creepy J is not the one bleeding. Creepy J is fucker. Asshole is bleeding. Fucker is contaminating the couch. Asshole is bleeding.
Oh.
Now read the paragraph with knowing that fucker and asshole are two different people.
Dumbass.
There we go.
Okay. So now the fucker's in my shitty fucking apartment, and I swear to fuck I'm never going to get the smell of his cologne out of my couch, and that's Creepy J. Mm-hmm. Which isn't as bad as the blood seeping into this shitty cracked floor, and that shit stains, and I'm never going to get my fucking deposit back on this place, which I guess doesn't matter since I'll probably be dead by tomorrow, which was the point of this whole fucking thing, but I'm drunk and exhausted, and the dumbass won't stop fucking bleeding, and it's fucking distracting. Okay. Yeah.
So it's not important in this moment.
That is how you write. That's interesting.
But fucker and dumbass are two different people.
I love you. You fucking were.
And it's not, and I don't, the thing is, in putting that paragraph together, it is not important to that moment that you know that fucker and dumbass are the same. Because she is drunk and she's tired and she's blurring the story. So if you don't know, that's great.
Yeah.
Because it is just this convoluted mess in her head of, I went from banging on a door and now there's this fucker on my couch and this dumbass bleeding on my floor and I'm really fucking drunk and please kill my mother if I die. And so
Who doesn't love a little matricide or is that still patricide technically?
No, that's matricide.
It is matricide. Okay.
Because it's patricide, matricide, fratricide, satricide? Satricide, I'm not sure about.
That one I don't know. Yeah, but you understand why I was asking if patricide was still. No, that's French. That wouldn't be Latin. Would it?
We're going to have to put that in the podcast notes.
Well, okay, you keep talking.
Okay, I'll keep talking. You do a Google. Okay,
Google.
so just a search. We don't rely specifically on, it's weird.
Okay, there's matricide.
But for matricide, but for sisters. Mm-hmm. Okay, anyway. So it's not important that you know in this moment.
It's sororicide. Sororicide? Sororicide, like sorority.
Oh, that makes sense.
That makes
well,
sense.
I didn't realize that's why I got sororicide. I just didn't get the soror.
So sorority.
I was missing of it.
Oh my God, that's just making me think of freaking Happy Death Day now. Y'all, if you haven't seen...
No, not Happy Death Day.
What?
Slaughterhouse.
Oh my God. Y'all, if you ever want a great B horror film, Slaughterhouse.
It knows exactly what it is. It's 20 minutes too long, but other than that, it's fucking brilliant.
It is literally, and this is not a spoiler, you find this out from the trailer, it is a sloth that is going around killing members of a sorority. And
it is a murder sloth.
So good. I mean, it's awful, but it's so bad it's good. You're welcome for that, by the way.
But the reason that I wanted it to be vague is because she is not totally clear. Also to create intrigue. Also because we haven't gotten to the beat in the story where that divide happens yet. So in Laurie's head, fucker and dumbass have been clearly established because we've leapt over
fucker and dumbass.
A patch of story that she knows we don't.
Okay.
So the clarity of the definition in her head exists, but not in this email.
She's drunk and writing this email and be like, this shit doesn't fucking matter.
Well, no, it's not that it doesn't matter. It's that it doesn't occur that she has named these people, but she has not expressed those names.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
So fucker and dumbass are different.
Yes, I get that now.
But fucker and dumbass have not been differentiated.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, also, in case we didn't say this before, thank you guys. We know that we said that we were going to put this up on Wednesday, but the the 2 cons plus the editing, proofing of Sketchbook, which went really well, right?
It actually did.
Yeah.
Wait, are we talking about that now?
Yeah,
or are we saving that for a different episode?
Well, we can save it for a different episode, but I think
I'll give a brief overview.
Yeah, give a brief overview. Get like how your feelings on it, because you have told us all that you were really concerned, and I think maybe you talked about this a little bit last week, but you hadn't fully gone through it. And now that you're fully through it, tell us, like, how did you feel it flowed? Because that was one of the things you were most worried about, and then we can get into it heavier later. And whatever else you want to say.
So I'm really happy with how the story itself flows. Mm-hmm. I don't feel one of my biggest fears was that I was creating a choppy story by writing it in this very episodic manner.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't feel that.
Good.
And maybe I'm wrong, but my heart says I did a good job, which is rare for me, so I'm going to accept it. That is
rare for you, yeah.
I do wish that I had the ability to break those chapters down farther. Because they are long chapters. And for me, as a reader, my preference is to have variable chapter lengths.
Yes.
Because for me, it's like, a little nom-nom snack between meals.
I was actually going to tell you that if you wanted to, for season 2, we could always do that and just do a couple of chapters in an episode, and have a little break between the two.
Like a little musical interlude?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know if that would work with the episodic format, because then I would have to mash. I would have to be like, okay, now 2 short chapters right here.
Oh,
see what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Then you're not
even if I gave
yeah.
myself, it would just basically being, wait for the comedic callback. Asterisk. It wouldn't actually be creating a different format. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, you're right.
But then in looking at editing, because of the way you kind of, even if you're closing a chapter mid-action, you do kind of have to have that ramp up to a pause moment, so that if you were looking at the character's action as a photo, you'd have a pretty picture.
Okay, yeah.
So even if it looks like you're freezing them mid-scene, you have to freeze them in a great action pose.
Sure. Yeah.
And because the chapters are set up to be full episodes, it would take rewrites to make sure that I'm freezing people in those action poses in places where there aren't already chapter breaks made. So maybe in future seasons I will figure out how to like subtly build those in so that I can like schmack them in later. I don't know what schmack means, but I feel it in my heart.
I know what it means.
Thank
you.
It
means schmack.
It means schmack.
Quack quack.
And maybe I will figure that out. I am still pondering if that is possible, what the consequences would be, how much that would make this epically harder for me to the point of a nervous breakdown. Like, I'm still working through those tiny details. But that is the one thing that I noticed where I'm like, ooh, I really want to see if I can judge that going forward. Just because, and it's not, I know it's not every reader's preference, because some readers like being like, I'm going to read a chapter tonight, and they know like a chapter for me is this much time, this much story, and then I go to bed. So for some people, that reliability of that chunk of story is great. It's not my personal preference because I'm a scatterbrain. So maybe this is going to be a lot better for a huge segment of my readers, and I just don't realize it.
That's fair, yeah.
But it is something that for me personally, I want to make sure I keep looking at going forward.
You know, funnily enough, though, and I think I might have mentioned this before, I don't know of any of your series that I can blatantly point to where the chapter lengths are drastically different other than Anna Vilbrea. Like those, you have chapters that are a paragraph, and it works because of the format. I'm not going to spoil things for people, but it works when you've got those shorter chapters. It's like, yes, okay, I understand why we're doing this.
No, there are some in Tethering too where it'll be like 2 or 3 pages.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's also the same on like Fracture Pact, where it's like sometimes I need like literally 300 words from a different person's perspective to carry us over.
Okay.
In an action-packed, coherent manner.
Oh my God, y'all, the it's not a heist exactly, but sort of sequence that happens at the end of book 3 in that. Oh, I'm literally getting chills thinking about it right now. I can't wait to read the next one. I'm stoked. Sorry.
Thank you.
Anyway, yeah.
I'm turtling right now.
Yeah, it's so good. No, it's so good. Where you left us was dire as fuck, but that's just you. Yeah, that's fine.
Which is why I think the end of Sketchbook of a Wayward Seer, we actually left in a really good place.
You did leave in a good place. We're still
like,
musing on who the hell the Watcher is. I still have no fucking clue.
Things are fucked. There is emotional damage, but every character that we are emotionally invested in is currently in a physically safe and secure position.
Yeah, except for Caleb's love life. What?
Caleb's love life?
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, the way you said it, I thought you meant like his love life. And I was
kinda.
like, I don't remember bashing him in any bits. Okay, let's move on.
That's all I have. So do you have anything else before you tell people where they can find us?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Go ahead. Do it. What? Are you okay?
I just lost it.
Oh, man.
Hold on with me one second. Yes.
Wow.
This is the last day for the Sketchbook of a Wayward Kickstarter.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
So this is, I understand like some people are like, I only do ebooks. Here's the thing. For Sketchbook of a Wayward Seer, because the Kickstarter is for an early release illustrated edition, and this means that even the ebooks are going to have all of the illustrations of them. Mm-hmm. And since it is an early release, that means that even the ebooks will not be available until September unless you get them through the Kickstarter. So if you really want to see all the extra sketches of Sketchbook of a Wayward Seer, or you want to see the extra sketches that we're putting in that are specially for the illustrated edition, then head on over to the Kickstarter. You can get an ebook, you can get a paperback, you can get the fancy special illustrated edition hardcover. But if you want to get the full book now and not wait until fall, then please check out the Kickstarter, because we have mere hours left, and that's if you are listening to this in real time.
That's true. Yeah.
And by real time, I mean as soon as we release it.
Yeah, that's true. There will only be, I want to say 15 hours or something.
I know.
Yeah.
We're so close to the deadline.
Yeah,
I learned one thing. So what I learned from the writing process, and I've learned many things, and I wanted Like, do an extensive, like, blah, later. But, like, the first thing...
An extensive what?
Blah.
Thank you.
The thing that I learned primarily is that I need to either let go of my chapter-length neuroses or figure out how to stagger things within the chapter.
Okay.
My Kickstarter thing that I've learned, and again, there will be more lessons, but the one that's, like, major already is do not run a Kickstarter during a multi-con section of your calendar.
Yeah.
Because that is called stretching yourself too thin. And I have learned this, and I am going to hold that message in my heart for next time.
I love that for you. I'm proud
I
of you.
love that for us.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. And also for our cats, because they have been doing overtime on the emotional support animal front.
Yes, they have. Yes, they
Okay,
have. So why don't you tell them where they can find us?
Yes, so please do leave a comment, even if you're just saying comment on whatever platform you find the podcast on. Also, please do like, share, rate, whatever it is that you can do to please the algorithm so that more people can find the Page by Page podcast.
Yes.
And remember to check us out on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Say hi so that we know you are out there. And yeah, check us out on social media because there are also a lot of cute cat pictures.
Yeah, and we honestly, we stress this, like, please share this with whoever you think would like it. We've always meant that, but now that the podcast has taken on a life of its own and it's not just a way to get you guys this book, like, we're trying to make this a thing. And it is a thing, but we're trying to make it more a thing.
It did kind of incidentally become a thing.
It really did. And honestly, I freaking love it. It's a great way for me to get my extrovert out while in my home, which Megan loves.
It's kind of like how I accidentally ended up with you. This is good. Well, I guess we're here now.
Yeah.
And with that, we will see you next week.
Yes, and as always, thank you for reading.